The town of West New York unanimously approved a $75,656,824.96 budget for the 2014-2015 fiscal year. Town CFO Margaret Sharon explained that while the budget increased about $2.6 million from last year, West New York will still enjoy a 0% tax increase. She also explained what led to a budget increase from the previous year.
No problem. The insurance was up about $2 million over last year. And then there were increases for the salary and wages of various employees, contractual, naturally. We still have yet to settle the CWA local, which is all the other employees other than the uniform services. And so we're mandated to have increments in the budget for those items.
Commissioner Count Wiley, one of the confirmed opponents for Mayor Felix Roque in May's upcoming election, wasn't shy at expressing his opinion about the figures in the budget.
This wasn't obviously not put into this.
The settlements thus far, there have been, I believe, 2 different cases. Each of those settlements are covered by our JIF insurance to the extent of, I believe, less than $150,000. The town is responsible, and it is budgeted in the line item for liability insurance. In fact, it did pass a state review. There was an article in the newspaper. One of the budget reviewers saw the article and drilled me intensely on that. And I was prepared for it because I also wanted to know how I was supposed to pay that and afford it, and it's been resolved.
How much was that close to liability insurance? How much was the figure you had to pay?
The settlements, I believe they were published. I think the amounts was about $600,000, but it's covered by our insurance, joint insurance.
A small percentage, which is very.
No, it's spread out over a number of years.
Well, the settlement is, but the payment, we are only, the town is only responsible. That's why we pay insurance. We have a JIF assessment.
They only pay they pay a very small percentage.
Right.
They pay next to nothing, especially in cases like that. In regards to Mr. Skowronski, whether it's over 3 years or 4 years, it doesn't matter. It's something that the taxpayer is going to be responsible for. Now in the budget now, already $2.5 million we don't have for next year. Okay, this settlement agreement with the Sylvania deal, we don't have it next year. So my question is next. You know, this is why I hate when election years come, because the politicians take advantage of this, taking money from one and putting it to another. And I understand that the trouble that you've been through. And I'm going to be honest with you, I give you a lot of credit, Marge. I think you did a great job with what the hand you've been dealt with. And what I see here, I know that how you're doing your job is what you're requested to do. But there is no planning in this budget. I know next year is another disaster waiting to happen. This is something to go into. He can go on and talk about a 0% tax raise. But the sacrifices that were made to do that, the $65 million in uncollected taxes we're going to have now in the next 20 years, the amount of sacrifice that not he's going to make, but the people who live here and pay the taxes here are going to make. And the working people that can't afford that. And between the settlements, the lawsuits, the reckless behavior on your part, Mayor, you know, you've really done a lot of damage. And I appreciate efforts to try to hide everything and cover it with icing, but it's not going to happen. And the reality is, the truth is here. You've done a destruction here in Western. And I recommend you step down. I don't know why you want to carry on any further than you have.
Well, first, let me say, Commissioner, I appreciate your kind words to me. I have a very lucrative business, and that's the same way I'm running this town.
I don't
For
know.
the last 3, well, please let me speak, or unless you, go ahead, you finish, go ahead, say so.
I'll wait. I don't want to listen to it.
Okay.
I don't want to waste a lot of hot air. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you want to talk, you want me to talk? Okay, I'll let you talk. Go ahead, sir.
Has been enough.
I'm John Heides with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.